This is for whoever's going to prison. Hi friends, good morning. Grand Rising, welcome to a juicy morning tea. Today we're getting into a juicy morning tea, but it's going to be a little bit of a tailored question. So we're asking, like, I've been putting off doing this because I honestly haven't felt ready of it. I really feel like I haven't studied enough for this yet, but I wanted to push myself and and work on this topic that I had today. And this is for people, I think that you should definitely hear it out, even if you're not officially at court or having a legal matter. But I think they could be helpful in understanding a division, a divide, maybe even something like a filibuster or a voting scandal. This situation could involve unseen things, but I'm going to pull from the unseen realm, and I'm also going to pull from the legally spiritual deck. Both of these are not perfect, and like I said, I have not studied enough, but I want to just push myself to get my ideas going. So let's get into it, friends. What's happening at court? What's wrong with the negotiation? Why is there a delay? And what happens next, honestly? Because I think that if you guys have been at court, this is a nasty debacle. I think that there is a real fight with a woman, is what I'm hearing, that who is going to prison, y'all. And I think that you'll continue to get messages, probably, especially if you guys are following Divas Can Manifest org. You guys are probably Divas Can Manifest is a sacred marriage ceremony, and we have predicted, I think we've predicted about 3 marriage ceremonies already, or at least 2 to 4, that I can remember off the top of my head, where there has been successful predictions of marriage ceremonies. But in this legal matter, this is not this is a great fortune for some of you guys. There's a lot of high stakes here. But I think that it's already done, friend, because somebody has already committed crimes to go to prison, and I'm not sure I think that there's a real fight here where people will be sad to see this person going to prison, because maybe they have been a part of your ancestry heritage, or they have been they have been around, they have been a part of the process of self-discovery, and it is because they reflected back to you the shadow aspects that have been getting them caught for a crime. Okay, so I don't know exactly what's happening, but we're gonna get some some cards and try to figure out what's wrong with your negotiation, what's happening at court. I think that you already settled the matter. LOL. And it's clear that this person needs to go to prison, and there's nothing that can move forward until this person goes to prison. I'm also getting that you guys once you get married, this is going to be the coffin for this person. It's you and this person I'm hearing that this is a crossroads between a person is going to prison and marriage. And you'll know that when this person goes to prison, it might be happening at the same time you're getting married. Okay, maybe you are marrying this partner so that you don't have to testify against them, because this person could have been a witness, or this person could have been involved in a racketeering and some type of crime against you, subversive activities, abuse of authority, some kind of major violation that may be breaking the law. And so when they come to marry you, I think that they definitely love you and definitely are whipped for you. But I think that it's the reason why they have even been involved in this negative matter in the first place is because of poor communication or some other thing that has been unseen, where they hide a lot of their feelings for you. They hide a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. Some of them, they have crowned you as number one, and they have just not reached the intended target, and putting the ring on your finger and putting the person behind bars. I don't know what they're delaying. I think that they're trying to time something perfectly, and I think that you are also trying to time something perfectly. But I think that you could be getting emotionally overwhelmed because you could be coming into the realization that this person is your home. You could be coming into the realization that this person, I'm hearing a woman, has been committing crimes. Maybe you didn't even know that this person was doing this, and this is the unexpected money that's coming in, that's increasing your great fortune as well, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's see, what is the shadow that this prisoner, person who's going to the dungeon, what is this person, the shadow aspect that they're strategizing and mirroring to elicit pity? Okay, I feel like in this negotiation, in this jury trial, a lot of these people are actually trying to, like, they're trying to anchor to a truth that has been born of a miscommunication or some kind of perception that they formed out of a miscommunication or misinformation. It was wild, where that made them do this anyway, is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm also hearing that if this is involving an idolatry or this is involving a celebrity, there's a huge safety risk and danger in dismantling this. So you guys, I definitely feel like if you are up against idolatry, a system or structure that has undermined you or oppressed you in a way, that where there may be authorities or people who have more resources than you, I think that is definitely the best thing that you could do is fly under the radar. Like, try to keep yourself off the grid, try to keep your accounts clear as possible. Try to, I think the best way to build your home, a lot of you guys, if there was a security breach at your home, there's a big learning curve in building a smart home. I just recommend that everyone transition to a smart home so that you can have video surveillance in your parlor or in your foyer, so that you can have camera security around your home, so that you can have, I'm hearing some of you guys, with fingerprinting. I know that De'Ara has this on her closet because she has so many luxury goods from the home and the big, beautiful platform that she built with her former partner. She has like a password protection on her luxury closet, her California closet. So some of you guys, really protect your assets, because this is a thief that has been on the loose, and some of this has been theft by racketeering, theft by through an organization of people who have targeted you. Okay, this could be theft or doing something else oppressive to you as a racketeer. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this deliberation, because this is not deliberating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild that we even hear. Yeah, something where, we have behavior and interpretation. And I think that you're very passionate because this is your purpose now. Because you guys, some of you are literally getting a notoriety for surviving this. Especially if you faced the racketeers, or you dealt with a celebrity or idolatry in some type of way. Or there's a group of people that have been gang stalking you. These people have interpreted your behavior totally wrong. I just don't think that these people were getting you at all. I don't know. I feel like you're a siren. So you guys might be very rare beauties, rare gems. You're not like everybody else. And these people saw you something, your neurodivergent behavior, and interpreted it in a neurotypical way. Especially some of them, you may have been communicating about a conflict and you didn't know these people. And they started conflicting with you because they thought that you were trying to diss them, or they thought that you were trying to come at them in some type of way. They totally misinterpreted it. I'm hearing that you might not even have known these people, friend. You might not have known these people. You might not have really associated with them that much. This was a drama or a beef that they made up in their head. So I think that is the root. And I think that this is divinely time for you to find out that this is bringing you unexpected money because you're winning at court. And I also think that this is bringing you, this is unexpected because you were not expecting these women or this group of women or a racketeering situation to happen. You were not expecting these people to be committing crimes. Like something where they started doing something, like you didn't know them. okay? Or they, like I said, they interpreted your behavior and made up a story to justify why they were doing this, okay? So this is really, really bad, and I think that it was divinely time for them to come, for you to break them free from an illusion that they were holding on to, a belief that had characterized their behavior, a belief that they had that was totally made up. Like this person was delusional, or they had an instinctual response to you where their instincts were not healed, and they literally made up something. They altered the facts of reality to justify why they were doing this to you, okay? I want you to remember in this situation, you might be angry, but this is I want you to know that, like, if anybody tries to come at you for being angry or say your rage is invalidated, your rage is totally valid, because this is not your fault. I repeat, this is not your fault. This is not a negotiation. This is not a situation where you can justify violating someone because you interpreted their behavior in a certain type of way. It's not for you. You are not the law. You are not God. You are not, you don't get to decide to commit crimes or commit huge violations against someone because you don't like their behavior or you misperceive something totally, and that shows that you are not a good judge of character. Period, point blank. It was literally something where these people took it into their own hands because they felt a problem with your behavior, like they thought that they were God or something. They thought that they had, like, they thought that they had to, like, they felt like it was within their liberty to violate you because they didn't like the interpretation of your behavior or something like that. Tell me about what's going on with this negotiation. Yeah, a false person. Somebody, you are shocked to find that this woman was doing this. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Like, some of y'all are like, oh, I didn't notice it was happening. Or, oh, I didn't know I didn't know there was a problem. This person was coming around fake as hell, projecting all over you. I'm hearing that they were literally projecting all over you, okay? Because they were obsessed with your man or something like that. Like, imagine, a third party that's totally false being able to cozy up next to your man. Sound crazy as hell. Somebody was trying to cozy up next to your man. No, bitch, you can't come here, you ugly hoe. You can't come up in here, you dumb bitch. You got me fucked up. Yeah, what did I say? Marriage. Okay? Marriage. Yeah, I think that this false person at court has been in the way of your marriage, and this is making you not even want the marriage. It's making you say thank you, but we good. We'll take another route or something like that. Like, we divinely protect. Some of you guys, you just don't, this person, they just have a really, really poor self-esteem, but I know that you're the one for me. So if you know that this person is false, then why do you keep risking? This is increasing increasing the damages. Increasing damages. The longer that they wait, increasing the damages, especially if some of y'all can't even have a normal life. You have to fly under the radar. Some of you guys have to make quick money. Some of you guys are lacking security. Maybe you lost your car, lost the home, lost a job. Maybe there was slander and libel in this situation. This was literally harassment or theft, okay? So let me get one more. Tell me about this court matter, friend, okay? Because they wild as fuck, these stupid ass birds. Wild as fuck, and like literally rich girl, okay? So I think that, like, these birds were wild as fuck. Like, this situation, you were probably so surprised to find that this was even happening, y'all. Like, I don't know what, this is so sad and unfortunate that this had to happen like this. Because when they saw you, they were very triggered by your rich girl behavior. Something when they came in and they saw your home or something like that, when they saw your home and your education, they grew so embittered, wondering about who you are, why you were acting the way that you were acting. Some of them, they literally were just not smart enough to, like, comprehend your communication, and that was the poor communication, friend. That was literally, you as divine feminine energy as well. Like, you coming around, you communicated in such a rich girl energy. Like, your education and your home, it reflected that you had a different social class than them, and they got triggered and projected onto your behavior or whatever you were communicating. That's so bad. A lot of you are rich now. A lot of you are getting married, or you're marrying you're marrying into wealth, or you literally are bringing unexpected money to this marriage as well. You've brought this person a fortune as well. Even if they're already fortunate, you've brought this person a fortune as well. So like I said, remember what you bring to the table, and don't let nobody try to make you feel down or less than, because they actually see you as superior, for one. So especially if this is a woman, if this is a woman, they really felt inferior around your education, home, and your rich girl behavior. They just could not communicate the same way as you. And so a lot of y'all, you were not even bonding with them or talking to them, or maybe these were just people who were listening to you speak and motivational speaking, or they overheard conversations at a brew. Like I'm hearing, why did I hear a brewery? Like I don't even, what is a brewery? That's like a brewery is like where you get beer, right? I don't know, like a brewery, or they overheard you in a place that was rich girl behavior or something like that, where you would go for a rich girl activity, or they heard you coming out of a rich girl activity, because some of them, they would not be in doing the same things, but for some of them, they were lucky enough to come across you. Like they were lucky enough to come across your communication, because these people were totally unawakened and disconnected from reality when they met you, to have been projecting onto your behavior when you didn't even know them or something like that. From the unseen realm, let's see if we can get a little bit more information about what these people could be going through, because they were truly struggling to be doing this, okay? But you were so strong and so reflective of the matter is what I'm hearing, and this has made you rich as well, some of it. But I'm also getting that there are multiple streams of, like, there's multiple opportunities of wealth for you. You could be having multiple court disputes. I'm also getting that you're marrying into wealth as well, so you're becoming very wealthy, a lot of you. But this false person that's been at the party or the get together, they've been totally misinterpreting things. They've been totally out of their depth about things. You do not know them, or you do not talk to them, or you literally just don't have the same communication as them. And so anything that you're communicating, they totally misperceive different. They projected onto your books and your home, and they kept trying to mimic your behavior or talk like you as well, to hide the fact that they were just not having the same, they were not, as sensible or capable or addressing their personal liberties in the same way that you were. And so some of them have become a third party in this marriage, because they literally, for one, it's literally because they are, they may have been cloud chasers, they may have gotten public recognition in a space before you. And I think that this became a competition for high honor. But these people, you were the good person that actually achieved your high honor through a merit. But these are people who achieved their honor through a cloud chasing, or they were just what existed before, like the previous state of existence of the market. Like I was talking about this recently, like celebrities and people with this outstanding following and stuff like that is highly unlikely to happen in this day and age. It's really highly unlikely in this age of information, moving into the age of integration and interpretation, that we will idolize people anymore. There's no more idolizing. The only way celebrities and wealthy people could control with a belief system that's false is through the lack of information, I believe, definitely, and not knowing how these systems work. And now that there's a rise of social media influencers and public figures, these people are a lot less influential. If these are celebrities, if these are just some run-of-the-mill but bird bitches that couldn't communicate and didn't have education, they were so triggered by you being rich, and they wanted to be around you so bad. Like they wanted to be near you because they saw you talking about something rich, or they saw you doing something rich. They saw you traveling. Maybe they saw you in another negotiation. Maybe they saw you at work, or they saw you how you interacted with your colleagues at work or with your coworkers. And they saw that was so rich, friend. Some of them, they saw you wearing the color blue, or like I'm hearing a swimsuit that was blue. And if they mimic your style, I'm hearing that if they copied you from the jump, I think that you wasn't sure what it meant, but you might have looked, you might have just glanced at it and moved on. Maybe like, okay, well, I mean, if they like something that they did that showed you in the beginning that they were copying, that this was going to be them mirroring you. When they started to copy your music playlist or they started to copy your style, that is the quickest, that's the first thing that you, like the first thing that you should do is get away from somebody who copies you. This is not no idolatry. This is real life, and I'm so happy that the age of information is dismantling all of these false systems and paradigms. These people projected onto your rich girl behavior. They projected an idolatry and got defensive around you, your beauty, and your privileges in life, and wanted to get really close to you, okay? And so they have had a hidden motivation in doing this. And they may have even grew, because they saw you as a siren, they became obsessed with you. And I'm also getting that as a siren, you're neurodivergent, and they were neurotypical. So this was really a breakdown in communication. They see you getting ready for marriage now, but I think that a lot of them, you know, this marriage, there's a great fortune in this marriage, and it represents a lot of high honor. But I feel like some of it could feel like you have to work a lot for it. Is what I'm hearing, something where you have to work a lot for it, or this person has a lot of birds around their marriage and you're just not up for sharing, up for debating, up for communication. Yeah, I think that there's some of you are antisocial, and so like if you're coming into a marriage, a lot of people won't see you breaking out of your shell until you get married. And I think that it's really because you need that protection, because so many people have a problem with the way you communicate because you're a siren, just like these people who started committing crimes. This was a conventional, predictable, and stuffy behavior. Maybe you didn't totally understand it at first, but maybe after learning through many phases and cycles, that you keep having the same conventional issue with people who project onto your rich girl behavior. And some of you guys, you might just be rich in spirit, friend, okay? And there's people who just get obsessed with your reproductive system and get obsessed with the idea of you becoming married, and just know that they'll never have that kind of life because they don't have the same books, home, education, social standing. They don't communicate well. They don't relate. Like, that's not something that you were relating to. You know what I'm saying? And so they were like thinking that you were relating to them, and you were just like, no, I'm a rich girl. I don't relate to you. Like something where you just like, I don't relate to them. And they kept trying to make it seem like it was something that you were doing, that, you know, that like to inspire a negotiation. What are we negotiating? I don't know you. I didn't do anything to you but get harassed, racketeered, and stalked and stolen from. These people really have addictions. Like, this person really, it's like something, especially if you're a siren, these people are like addicted to you. They're hooked on you like a drug, and they have an intense urge, like you are a substance or something like that. Or these people could also be struggling with substance abuse issues as well. But you, even with a substance abuse issue, a behavioral health issue, and mental illness, everyone's aware of the law, okay? People who are in mental, if you go to a mental health hospital and check yourself in, and there's somebody acting rambunctious and trying to attack the staff and trying to attack the nurses and the doctors and shit like that, they gonna call the police right up to that bitch and take their ass away. Ain't no claiming addiction, substance abuse. There's no claiming mental illness. There's no claiming, oh, I was a child. If you were 18 years old, you are old enough to get persecuted in the court of the law to the fullest extent of the law. Maybe if you were a minor, you wouldn't get persecuted to the fullest extent. But you're not a minor. You're a woman. You're a grown-ass woman. And nobody else is responsible for your intense urges to be a rich girl or to be next to a rich girl, like something where they really want to be next to your privileges or something. Like, what? Like, these people were attached to you like an addiction, and you were just so detached and not knowing who they were, and they just were there. You were there talking about something unrelated to them, and they kept trying to interpret your behavior in a way, and you're like, I don't know you. And then I don't know what happened where you came into the discernment around this. I don't know, something happened where you received a natural reward, and it helped you discern that this was a court case, or that this was unexpected money in court. Something, an additional damage, okay? Additional damage, additional racketeers, okay? Additional racketeers. Give me one more from the unseen realm, okay? Yeah, we have closure. I think that these people who are going to prison, the reason why there is a delay is, yeah, they were definitely sleep, honey. These people were like under a sleep paralysis. These bitches was dumb as hell. I'm hearing neurotic, bitch. These bitches were irritable, anxious, and depressed about you. I'm hearing addicted to you. And you were like, why am I the center of your attention? Well, for one, you're a siren. The way that you think and behave is neurodivergent, and you were a prey to be hunted by these addicts. Okay, they have substance abuse issues, or you could have also had a substance abuse issue that has been clouding your discernment as well. But I do think a lot of you guys actually do use marijuana or cannabis to help with something. Okay, but there's a lot of controversy around cannabis is still as well. But I think that the reason why there is a delay is because this false person is seeing that this natural reward that you received, this is divine. This is the beautiful thing about the court, the negotiation, friend, is that you received a natural reward, or you became a rich girl outside of this court matter, or you literally were this marriage was destined. Like I said, through Divas Can Manifest, this is a sacred marriage ceremony where this person could literally be a witness, needing your witness protection, needing you to not testify against them, and through marriage or something like that. I also feel like that could be the sacred marriage ceremony where the greatest act of love, I'm gonna tell you right now, the greatest act of love is the truth. So if you're mad about this person, you're mad at this person, like, why were you even doing that in the first place? It's because this person is recovering from an addiction, or they're recovering from a sleep paralysis, some type of unconsciousness that you have awakened them from. I also feel like going back to, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. It was like a situation where you received a natural reward or got rich in another way, and then it was like when you like this richness helped you discern a rich girl problem that you were having. Okay, this was a rich girl problem. You were like, wait, I'm rich. Let me go ahead and find my closure from this situation, and you may have learned that it was someone who was false, and that this is actually more damages here. Something where you discerned it. It happened naturally and divine timing, because you were lacking closure from relationships that broke down with these false people, and you're like, why did the relationships never work? And so it was just, in your desire to seek closure, to really reach acceptance, to get healing, to truly understand, like, a problem where there was ambiguousness, and this sought you to get more information, and all this information you got made you rich. And then once you got this information, divine timing, it's like you got rich through all this information seeking and adapting with Gemini energy. But you got to this information, this peak performance, this optimal level of achievement, got offered marriage, and also discerned that someone didn't have peace, and it was because they were committing crimes. Let's from the legally spiritual, this person knows that you're the one for them. I think that they're waiting for these people to get closure as well, because they were sleeping unawakened, and I think that it was divine timing for them to love you, for them to appreciate your gifts, for them to understand their addiction and realize that this was their own negative thought pattern and like outmoded beliefs that were burdening them, that this was all their burden. It was never you. It was all their misinterpretation and their misinformation. And the more information you got, you were able to connect more to these lower social classes, these lower social powers, and you were able to discern that they truly were having an internal struggle, or they were truly struggling with an addiction. And people who are wealthy are healthy, and we don't have addictions. These people are absurd, for one, and like I said, you might be very well sitting at the top now, and you're around so many people who are healthy. I'm hearing people who have beautiful hair, skin, and nails. People who have beautiful creative acts, beautiful creative projects, beautiful lives on their own. You don't have to be around these scarce addicts who just need to mirror everything that you do. That just need to, like, I don't know, copy everything that you do. That's so scarce and so sad of a relationship. A friend comes into my life for a reason. I don't want any friends around me who cannot communicate well. I don't want any friends around me that's not rich. I don't want any friends around me that have addictions. Like, why would I want to be around an addict? Why would I be around somebody who loses their personal identity and tries to mimic everything that I do? That doesn't serve me. I want to experience another personality. I want to experience another spirit. I don't want someone who just keeps mimicking everything that I do. That means you have a hidden motivation to do that. Okay? From the legally spiritual deck, okay? Some of you guys are at court with these people, and there are judges in the matter, but I also feel like if this is a criminal case, there is no jury trial. Okay, I don't know what I don't know why, but I feel like if this is criminal, there is like, this is like, this is not a matter of opinion. This is not a matter of like, I don't, you know, this is not a negotiation for real, y'all. Okay, this person made a clear violation, and I think that this means that they go bankrupt, and I also feel like this means that they go to prison. Like, this person, some of them are going to prison for life. Some of them are going to prison for a period of time. I'm hearing some of them are going to prison for 6 years, but they might, you know, they might have wish fulfillment that they don't have life in prison. Some of these women, if they are not the authorities, I'm hearing the authorities are the ones getting life in prison, but some of these people who were just they were accessories to a crime perhaps, these are people who might be getting, you know, they might be getting shorter sentences, but they will definitely be going bankrupt, and you will be tracking them from the conception of prison through their release date. You can track their information online to see when they're getting released, where they're getting released, and you could make sure you are always up to date of people, of their release dates. Okay, if they do get out. Okay, so I think that this is over, friend. I just think that they were lacking closure because they couldn't control themselves. Okay, they couldn't control themselves, acting like you were in an addiction or something like that. Like, you ain't no pill to be popping constantly, and we don't know you. Okay, like something where they just keep relying on you for clarity and understanding, and trying to act like it was some type of, you know, it's trying to act like, you know, they I don't know, they needed to be here. There's no codependency. You're a grown woman. If you committed these crimes at 18, you're getting persecuted at the fullest extent of the law. There's no one responsible for your behavior or the lack of control. There's nobody responsible for your addiction. Okay, some of these people who are going to prison, they really have been coping in this situation, because after realizing how wrong they were about and the way that they interpreted your behavior was so wrong, they totally just fell through or something like that. Okay, but some of you guys got a natural reward of marriage, but I don't know what happened. Okay, let me get some a few more messages to see, and then we'll get tarot. We have the government. Yeah, some of this could have been dealing with the government, y'all. Yep, what I knew, medical malpractices. I'm also hearing that if these people have a business, they're washing money. Okay, I think that if these people some of these people, they definitely have committed fraud. These are corrupt governments, corrupt organizations, so they do a lot of corruption through their medical fringes. So definitely check medical fringes, because it is just one of the least reviewed accounts on the financial statement. Okay, it's not something that we often explain as variance around. Medical fringes are so easily disregarded and explaining the variances, because there could be a lot of things going into medical fringes, like workers' comp or something like that, FMLA, I think, as well. But there's some kind of corruption that's happening with the medical fringes. But I think that once you get into their account, this medical account fringes, and realize that there will be no explanation for the variances, you will be able to make them, you will shut down their business. I'm hearing a shutdown condition. They will go bankrupt from this. They will not be this waste on their bottom line, and how much damage this was, you know, especially if it involved a government that was subversive. If the government was subversive, friends, this is really, really bad. All of these corrupt politicians and leaders are they were addicts. I'm hearing wealth addicts. They're addicted, the rich get richer, wanting to get more money, more and more money. And they were so greedy in leaving you without stability when you were just like this, this middle class, or even like you could have been upper middle class. Like I'm hearing that some of you guys were upper middle class and they saw you with a financial capability and sensibility, or they saw you with a entrepreneur or creative ability. And I think that some of them, they do have a medical malpractice, especially if you were at behavioral health hospitals, any kind of hospital. Some of them, they have there are some kind of violation of your HIPAA rights, or some kind of non-consensual medical treatment, where this government has done something corrupt. Have you heard about those Neuralink trials? Have you ever heard about these, medical malpractices where people are, like, some of you guys could have been involved in a clinical trial that you did not consent to. I also feel like these people, they want to negotiate and settle outside of court because they know that this would mean imprisonment in life, or that they will go broke. Okay, so a lot of them, they really want to fix things in this situation, but it is just so far gone. I think that this settlement definitely doesn't mean that they are like, I don't think that this settlement means that they are exempt, okay, or that the punishment, like, I don't think that it means that I think that it's settled that they go to prison, okay? But I think that for financial penalties, some people have financial penalties, and that would mean that they're also going out of business, okay? I think that like this situation is hard because these people, they did a lot to chase clout. Like I said, they didn't get honor in the same. And like through a meritocracy, they see that your honor is an entire community, and their honor is just based off clout, or some people who they're not top, they're not upper echelon, they're not quality people, they're not educated people, they're not healthy people, they're not wealthy people, and so they get honors, but for being clout chasers, I'm hearing that this is a situation where they bandwagon off of your rich girl privileges and try to steal honor from your network when they just don't relate to your network. Like they see that you are the one that is having all of the high honor in the community. You're the one that takes up the position of leadership. I'm also hearing that you're a teacher in a situation as well. This was also a natural reward for you to get this community of teaching. And they have just been, they might have had money or resources and felt like attacking you and racketeering against you was a part of their, like, was in their liberty, was within their personal freedom to do that. But they didn't expect you to become naturally rewarded in the situation for you to survive. And a lot of you guys, this high honor is a notoriety. You are taking their high honor, to be quite honest. And I'm also hearing that it disillusions whatever honor they previously had, because they were mirroring you and projecting your image and trying to act like they had the same high status values and merit and creative ability. And something happened where it's just like you have a creative ability, entrepreneur spirit that aligns with the top-ish, and they just did not. They produce very bad videos, or they just don't have closure around how you put an ending to their business, their organization, and ruined their life. It's like they were fighting really hard for clout and to look rich, and they may have even built up a honor around your name or around something false, here. But that was dismantled and disillusioned, and it was not. I think that we give them honor for being on this journey of self-discovery because we know that in the end they ultimately loved you. They have so much regret around what they did because they just really interpreted your behavior wrong, and they were like, I was so wrong about you. I'm sorry that I tried to replace you. I'm sorry that I committed those crimes against you. I'm sorry that I abused my authority, because you were actually a gift, right? And we were just addicts that couldn't control ourselves, and they were offended that you were not an addict like them, that you were not addicted to sex, money, and power like them, that you didn't have these, bad drug, addictions, that you didn't have deformities like them. It's just so much projection because you were just so pretty hurts. Okay, I'm also getting that this government as well wanted to make you a part of the system. Okay, they wanted to make you a part of the system. So add medical fringe, add medical malpractice on there as well. Bodily harm. Also, anybody who was accessories to the crime. Okay, so I think this delay is literally just to like get closure around these false people who were trying to steal honor. Like they were really, some people attached in this, like if you're at court and these are judges or people, like these judges may have also been characterized by a neurotic psyche and addictions like depression, irritation, a lack of self-consciousness in a way, irritability, anxieties, and stuff like that. And I think that you ultimately, especially if they were government officials, politicians, authorities, businessmen, people with criminal, legal, and military authorities, business authorities, these people actually found a bond with you and actually found a community with you because you were rich too, is what I'm hearing. You were rich too, but they like were wrong about you in a way. And so whatever attachments they have formed with these other people that were stealing honor and stealing personality, they've been just like learning, trying to get closure around how they like poorly, I'm here revisiting a lot of past life memories with these people, or past memories with these people, where they attached onto something and these people were falsely fellowshipping. They were false values. They were not real memories to be building upon. Those were like attachment issues, doing something unhinged to like, out of a bad interpretation of you. Okay, so I think that they just lacked closure because they realized that, they were so wrong, and that this was an opportunity to love. Okay, it was an opportunity to love and have community. Yeah, home. Okay, some of you, your home is at court, and I'm hearing that they're building your home. They are building it. They're making sure it got a community and things of that nature. But I think that this negotiation is where you let them know what you need. As well. And I think that especially this person who wants to marry you, they want to come have a home with you. But I think that there was so much like negative effects of this crime that was committed against you. Whoever was trying to steal your home, it was really bad that they tried to do this. Okay, it was really bad that they tried to leave you without a home, leave you without medical attention, because they interpreted your behavior in a way. There's no excuses. There's no negotiating. Give me my home. Okay? Give me shelter. Give me my home. They were just depressed, irritable, and anxious. And as authorities, as government officials, you cannot go projecting onto the citizens because you are mentally ill and have an addiction to sex, money, and power. That means you're not proper to be an authority. You need to be fired. You're not proper to be the CEO. You're not proper to be the president. You're not proper as first lady. You're not proper as our community leader. You're not proper. Stop idolizing these fucking idiots. Because if they had the chance to harm another working class person, they would. Because they're neurotic and self-conscious. You're the one sitting up with the 300 million followers attacking a child's home? That sounds ridiculous. Like, you sound like a fucking clown, you dumbass bitch. Like, imagine these idols, these authorities who said that they took vows to protect society, started attacking and targeting a home, an art home, started attacking a college graduate home, started attacking the blue collar or white collar job. But you're a superstar now, so fuck them. Yeah, art. You're the art in this bitch, right? You're the art in this bitch. These hoes looking at the art like, how can I mirror the art? I'm less intimidating because I'm not the art. Like, you're literally a fucking superstar after this. When this settlement, they're making you a superstar, and people are going bankrupt, Fran. Okay, people are going bankrupt. This false person is going bankrupt. The same, everything is getting undone. If they got high honor on your name, if they stole your possessions, if they did something corrupt, medical malpractice, all of it is getting undone. That's right. thinking that you absolute, bitch. I got something for you, you dumbass hoe. Thinking you a gang up in the corner of Atlanta, thinking you tough, buff, bitch. I'll put a bullet in your head, for real, you dumbass bitch. You ain't that smart, hoe. I can pop you in a second. What? You're not that smart. Some of these people, you are literally getting a notoriety for surviving a destruction. People who were a government that attacked you. Maybe they attacked you with a medical malpractice, attacked you with your consumer data, harassed, stalked, used their technological, criminal, business authorities to undermine you. This is making you a superstar for surviving this. You the boss in this bitch. Trying to come around as friends. We ain't friends, bitch. You the trash, hoe. We ain't friends. Clean the toilet, hoe. Inverted shaped ass bitch. Big buff back ass bitch. Long face ass bitch. Let me try to keep it clean. Because I said I wasn't going to bring no negative energy to Felicia Natrice Tarot. But these people were wild with an addiction. Trying to harm you. For real. For real. Something where you're literally a piece of art. You're literally a masterpiece. The Star in the reverse. Yeah, these criminals, they don't have any hope that they can in this negotiation and settlement, right? They know that they're going to prison. Okay, the more artwork that you display, some of you guys, if you do not have a witness, the more artwork that you display, the more you can use your military as leverage. Okay, I'm also hearing getting more information, doing more research. Okay, tell me more about this. Some of you, they were literally jealous of your art home. Okay, you're a superstar. Okay, but this settlement, tell me more about, the outcome of this settlement. Okay, yeah, these birds, they don't have any hope. Okay, they lost hope because they know what they did was wrong as hell. Okay, they knew this is not a negotiation. Okay, there's no more talking, friend. This is it. Literally just continue to just create art and build your military, and this is going to dismantle this copycat. Okay, I'm hearing that maybe there is someone who wants to copy your art. I'm hearing that they might try to copycat your art, or these authorities might try to use these birds to manufacture you, or they'll try to use these birds or these copycats to try to steal stardom. Okay, but I think that you have already gotten to the point where your artwork is getting the rewards and recognition, and there's nothing else they can do about it. They have come to a complete standstill in trying to steal art and possessions. Whatever they were doing, whatever crime they were committing is done, and they don't have any hope that they can that they will win this battle. I think that they already know that they lost. I just think that I don't know what else you need to do for the settlement. Okay. I think that some of you guys in this settlement, people will be calling you a hoe. But I think that the best way that you can address that is that's telling them that you have literally had sleep paralysis. And you have been in a lot of unsafe environments and a lot of unsafe situations where you have not been able to get a proper sleep. I'm hearing that this bodily harm includes that deals with a sleep problem that you could be having, a poor quality of sleep that you could be having. This could be impacting your sleep because of how much it is lacking closure is what I'm hearing. Something could have been like your desire to get closure because you were lacking sleep about something. I also feel like this is also, with this bodily harm, this has been impacting this has really been affecting your sleep and affecting how you navigate your daily challenges and activities. If they want to call you a hoe about something, this is literally the way that you cope with this crime. Tell people that this was not a choice but a matter of survival, and that you were dealing with addictions that were subversive within the government, and that you can only make money in a weird way or in a taboo way, or that whatever they're perceiving about you being a hoe is literally just because you have been getting undermined by a government, okay? And you literally haven't had many options is what I'm hearing, okay? Tell me about this criminal, okay? Tell me about this criminal. They don't have any hope. Something when they saw something recently, they saw you with donuts or something like that. Some of this person, they spill something on themselves when they saw you because it looked like you had closure. It looked like you had peace. Or they literally have watched you become a superstar after what they did, okay? Some of you guys, you are getting, this is a negotiation and settlement. This is actually something, I do feel like for a majority of you, this is a court. So you're looking for fortune, you will get that. But I think that the poetic justice that you're receiving right now is the art. Like literally becoming a superstar is literally just like, it would be different just to go get the bag, right? And just be like, I'll move on with my life, right? But you're literally becoming a superstar for your art as well. And this is the perfect happy ending, okay? They lost hope in life after watching your artwork, okay? Seeing your home unfold after they tried to attack it. Yeah, the Four of Wands. And then the King of Cups. Yeah, they're just lacking closure. I think that, you know, especially if this witness, okay, the witness is still working to come towards you with information if you need a witness. But for others, this person, I'm hearing that this situation is already at court and you already have access to the judges, and the judges just seeing you as a siren, and they're like, look, we know that you're a siren, so that means that these people definitely going to prison. Like, they know, you know what I'm saying, and they just need to anchor their belief to the siren. And also, a lot of you have formed a community with these judges and helping them, you know, helping them address their addictions, helping them get healthy, pushing the top, recovering, healing the top, especially if these were governments or authorities who committed these crimes against you. But the rest of them were racketeers or accessories is what I'm hearing, okay? And if they have been getting new properties, like new studio homes, they've been getting new homes, they've been getting new cars, if they show up with new possessions and things like that, they're laundering money through their medical fringes. So I'm also getting that you're about to seize their books, and there's about to be a big audit on those medical fringes, okay? And, you know, they know that this is a lost cause, and so they just keep throwing a tantrum, okay? They won't recover. They're done, okay? They're totally, you know, they're totally in despair. You can't work with them because those are the people that you need to fight at court. You negotiate this negotiation. You work on the negotiation also on your own as well, because they'll come around for a party, but they are negotiating with an ulterior motive, okay? Negotiating with an ulterior motive because some of them have been stealing from you too, or they have been, like I said, these governments or these celebrities or idolatries, they also steal, okay? Because they are addicts as well. And this is where, like I said, this is the age of dismantling these people who've had authorities and have been abusing their position as authority. So you don't work with them, you fight against them, okay? So I think that your marriage, you know, you are, you know, it's hard. Your marriage will give you what you want, but I think that after this subversive activity that they may have been aware of, they will, they know that you are not really into them anymore, or that you don't feel the same way they used to feel, okay? And so that's also creating a delay, is that, you know, they have embittered you so much throughout this negotiation that you just don't feel the way that you used to feel anymore, and they feel like, you know, there's no hope for you guys working on something romantic, okay? Because you're the Queen of Swords now. And you have your closure from something that they did when they threw a volatile mood swing. I think that, you know, some of you guys, if you want marriage, it's your decision. But for others, you can choose to work alone and negotiate and settle and put them all in the grave and say, I ain't marrying you, you dumb bitch. Okay? LOL, because they shouldn't have. They literally threw a volatile, pessimistic mood swing and did something stupid. Okay, but when they did that, they ruined their life. And these women too, they all had the same shadow attachment to the siren. Thank you so much, friends. Let me know how this negotiation goes and this settlement goes. I definitely see it working in your favor. You becoming a rich girl, and your family is, I think that you have hope that your family will come around and do the right thing. But some of you guys are on an emotional roller coaster with these with false people is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing they have third parties that are false, and that's how you know that it involves a crime, okay, as well, okay, and that they are involving in a crime also, okay. Some of them, they want to be your protection, but they already know that things have changed, okay. So that's what I'm seeing up for this, friends. I don't know how this will happen, but let's try to get you some advice. Okay, let's try to get you some advice. Becoming a very rich person, with the negotiation or settlement is what I'm hearing. But you don't work with them because they just know that you are not fucking with them like that, okay? But everything that you want, you will have, okay? So don't worry about that. So, yeah, slow and steady wins the race. People were racing up to try to steal your book and identity, to try to steal high honor, or to steal relationships from you, steal a community from you. And these people are just like, wait, we have to revisit our past life memories and get closure because we didn't know that that was fake. We're not actually working with them. Those were people who were just mirroring. You're not actually collaborating with them. Those are lost causes. LOL, I'm hearing something where they have third parties that are not real collaborations. And these were people who tried to race for money or race for high honor. And you were the one that was slow and steady. And something where they tried to call you a hoe for taking, for your approach to this problem. They tried to scrutinize you for your approach to this problem, but it was literally just your response to a crisis, and it was a very slow process as well. But you won. Okay, you won. Turtle spirit. Okay, you won, friend. So there's nothing. We don't. I don't know what you're waiting on. We have the electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. I think that that's what you're waiting on, is for you to get more stardom and superstardom around you, so that there's a big audience around this negotiation and settlement. The truth is coming out, and we're making this information accessible to all. Trust in the divine detours. Yeah, if this person was like, I'm hearing this person is, they are on a detour, they made a wrong turn, this person that you're marrying, because there is someone who's stealing, and there's someone who's stealing in your home or in your family. Like, they see it as this big beautiful art home and this place of delight, but there's a false person here, okay, that needs to go to prison. And I think that it will reveal that they did something to dog you because they were rich. I'm hearing a rich gent is a dog. King of the dogs is what I'm hearing, okay? They tried to dog you out with a third party, with somebody that was false. And it created a lot of sorrow for them and you. And some of them, they know that their marriage with you is ending, or that you're just going to persecute them as well, is what I'm hearing. Something where you're persecuting them as well. You're testifying against them. You don't want to marry them. But some of them, they are your wish fulfillment. But after realizing that they're still, they have, like, some of them, they are on a detour with a third party doing something, okay? But, I think that this detour, I'm hearing that all roads lead back to you. So it's not that they're going anywhere, okay? So, but I do think that this is a cycle where you need to bring your own ideas to life as well. The timing is not right, and I think that it will be perfect if you just believe and stay patient. And this person is, I think that they're whipped, they're whipped for you, okay? But I think that they are just hesitant because they formed bonds with these other people, before they knew that they were false. And so they have to revisit those past life memories. I also feel like a lot of them, if they, they see them as the birds, and they see you whip them with your gifts and honor and love. But I think that, they know that things will not be the same after you have realized that they have been dogging you. And that's the reason why so many people have been inspired to commit crimes against you. They really have been putting your life at risk because they're a rich gent and they have security and protection. But you have been like in separation or without a home, getting dogged by them, and people know that they, like, these women know that they're obsessed with you, and they know that they only come around because they were like, the only reason why they have access to this rich gentleman in the first place is because of your privilege and your education and art home making you a superstar. And so this person came around, and I'm hearing they started to dog or something like that. They started to dog you with this woman who was false, or they started to make you feel like, you know, make you feel like you needed to like negotiate something, okay, with someone that was false and that they knew was false, and it was because they had been growing a resentment or growing anger, okay. So tell me about this person who's going to prison. What's going on in this? Yeah, this man, this could be a man too that's going to prison, and multiple people going to prison, but I'm hearing that a man wants to send you a letter to tell you why you have, you know, to give you the truth about what's been going on, okay, why you have been under so much hardship, okay, and that would mean that they value your bond the most, but these other people who have been, I'm hearing that they have been a part of the ancestry or have had bonds, you know, it's just a big woe to let go, to I don't know, to have this kind of division. It's not necessarily the fact that we didn't care about them, or that we didn't think that they had a nice heart and things of that nature, but it's like the fact that they have been committing crimes and that they have done something violating our beliefs. They're not truly, like, you know, they're not truly our community. And I think that a lot of these judges here have found community with you, and seeing how, you know, especially if they were the ones also like committing crimes. I don't know, it just feels like the government was committing crimes and using these women or these other people to dog you or something like that, okay. They feel like you were very lucky to have this man, is what I'm hearing, this man that's coming in to offer you marriage. But I think that there were a lot of detours where you and this person did not work together, so that they can stop working with these third parties that were false. Like, why are you, like, those clearly don't have any, that's clearly not making sense. Like, some of it was not making sense. Like, they were just doing it because they were in sorrow, enraged about something that they interpreted with your behavior. A lot of people were enraged about you being neurodivergent. These authorities abused their position. Like I said, the idolatry and the misinformation that they want to perpetuate was not something that they wanted you to make available to all, okay. And that's all I'm gonna say, friend. You were a good person. You didn't do anything wrong, but it was their own addiction and their abuse of authority, okay. I love you so much, friend. The truth is out. There's a lot of people witnessing what's going on here, and you can consider this negotiation or communication as negotiation. The more stardom you get, the more leverage you have. I'm also getting that this man that's on a detour, they're on their way back, after, you know, from, you know, and having a like volatile mood swing or something. Like, I don't know, but I'll see you guys in the next one.